Right now I'm in Dogwood Road.
Okay, what time are you coming over to Dogwood?
And maybe after 4:30.
Okay, sounds good. We'll see you then. We want to do the Starbucks over on 17? It used to be a Bojangles or something. It was one of those things where we had to make sure everybody was readily available to jump on it. Otherwise, you know, it could have taken several weeks or a month, but we freed up our guys and got everybody here. Is he going to do the demo, or are we going to need to get them to do the demo? You and John?
Somebody here is going to do the demo.
Okay. Being able to bang these things out so quick is being fully prepared, and not just with our labor team, but also with the materials. And so we've built relationships with the regionals at Lowe's, regionals at Home Depot. So this house here is all stock items. And so we were able to really lean on those folks to say, hey, here's our list of everything we need. They're able to get it all pulled. Most of it's here. Some of it had to be delivered, but that just streamlines, you know, us from having to wait on stuff or ordering stuff from Amazon. So trying to get this thing banged out in 5 days.
I'm Dan Tollens, investor, contractor, husband, and father. My wife Cassie and I have always had a dream of growing an investment business in properties throughout the cities we love. If you know Charleston and Wilmington, these markets will support it. This is Coastal Chronicles.
So the roof needs to be repaired. It's got a lot of fascia and subfascia damage. That's the biggest expense here, probably.
You doing a whole new roof or just repairing certain spots?
We got a lot of, you'll see all the roof damage from inside, all the...
Not going crazy. It'd be nice to have one just kind of be on budget for everybody.
No, I think it'll clean up good. We've got one window back here that has to change, so we might have to change the size to get one. And that will be the only real, so if this cleans up good, we don't have to do that. We got about at least three dumpsters full of trash in here.
Is this on a sleeper system?
Yeah, this is just a floor built up, it's all.
Okay.
So, this technically isn't a bedroom,
No, this is like a home office.
but it is good extra space.
It is space. I'd try to keep it.
All right, and just put a regular garage door on so it looks like a garage.
Yeah.
I say we just get rid of this, frame it in, and shingle right over it.
Yeah, agreed. You're going to scrape the ceilings anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
Fireplace, we can just paint all that.
Yep. I was looking for a new mattress.
Yeah, there. And here I got two ideas. One's cheaper than the other. I think we can cut this flush and make this an island.
Yeah.
Or we take this whole wall out. But take the whole wall out, now we have to move this over here, and we lose cabinet space.
No, I think you get rid of this. Keep your kitchen. And you got your bar stools here. You still got nice thoroughfare because all this goes away. Because this is kind of stupid space. I mean,
it's useless.
Yeah.
I do not think renovating a house is a complicated task, just because it comes easy to me. I have a good bit of experience doing it. I know, I know most of the challenges and complications that could come, and what to avoid and what to look for. And so for me, it's fun, it's enjoyable. It's not something that stresses me out for the most part.
This is gonna be,
Watch out.
thank you.
I saved his life. See that?
All right, so obviously redo this or go without it. And I can do this pretty easily.
Yeah, I think put it back. I don't know if you screen it.
Yeah,
I would just.
because if you look over here,
What do you think we're going to be on that? Around 10 or 12?
probably like at least 6 to 10 pieces of plywood on the roof are gonna need replacing.
Okay.
I say we get rid of this whole fence right here, just throw it in the dumpster, because their white fence is right there anyway.
Okay.
If anything, I can fix that little piece. That's their fence, but they won't be mad if I fix it.
We have couple wholesalers that will come to us directly before they'll put it out to anybody, because we've already created that relationship that they know we're not going to sit here and screw around and say, well, give me 24 hours. Me and Dan are pretty quick that we'll know right away. It takes us probably less than 6 hours to make a decision, yes or no.
Yeah, I mean, the living space here kind of sucks.
Yeah, we're not gonna, I mean, there's no need to go overboard on this house. I mean, just
No.
do the minimum to make it nice.
If you don't go check your houses, you know, and make sure, follow up on your contractors and make sure they're doing a good job, how do you know you're selling a good product, right? So that's the ultimate goal, is to sell a quality product that people know our name and come back and repeat to. And that's why we have so many repeat agents calling us saying, hey, what do you have coming for sale? Or we have so many agents that go show our properties because they know everything's gonna be done and done right. And that's a testament to Dan and his command over the contractors and work ethic.
Today's gonna be all demo, get all the windows replaced, hoping to get the outside painted. All this shit's gonna go away, and obviously moving the range there, and then go up and come up too. Standard size for a fridge is 36, standard 24. You got 30 for your range. So it's all, you know, pretty standard stuff. These older homes you find are pretty standard.
And then just closing the rest
Up
of
here
it.
we'll just do sheetrock.
Real estate, buying a home is so emotional, right? And so, I mean, you know, the listing to us is such a big deal to them. And so you're going to get lots of complaints and stuff. And it's so important that you know that the people you choose to work with are doing the right thing the right way. Because if not, that's how you can get burned. At the end of the day, that's kind of what we need to, you know, protect is our assets and our liabilities, because we're doing this for our kids.
The reason I do this is to create more time for myself, right? Just like most people want. You know, you couldn't imagine being stuck at a 8 to 6 or 9 to 5. The two things I love in the day are dropping my kids off at school and then picking them up in the afternoon. You know, a lot of people say, oh yeah, you must do this for your kids. You're gonna leave this to your kids. Well, I mean, that's part of it, right? But I also wanna enjoy my life and travel and have all the experiences, right? And not just all the materialistic things.
You know, I already had 2 kids, which he, you know, didn't even think twice about taking them on. And now, I mean, him and my daughter they're like 2 peas in a pod. I think he talks to Reedy an hour a day, more than I even talk to her. Or, you know, she's texting him, look at this, and he's the same. And so, again, I think that comes back to, you know, just having the big heart that he does. Currently, we have 3 crews, and that can consist of anywhere from 5 to 20 guys per crew. So they kind of have their own teams. They all have their own leaders. And within them, they have guys that can do painting. They have guys that can do the woodwork. Dan also has a group of guys.
Got that. We got that coming tomorrow. We got the cold storage. We got the strainer. We got the dishwasher. 15 single poles.
Well, you have to be able to be in multiple places at one time when you're doing multiple houses. And you know, if he needs to be in, you know, Monk's Corner, looking at a job or particular projects he's buying, and he needs to know he has a team, you know, in Charleston while he's up there that are going to keep moving the project forward.
It's very empowering. They trust me to make, you know, good decisions, and, you know, in turn, you know, they expect a lot. They expect the businesses to run as well as they can, but at the same time, they also understand the, you know, some of the challenges that there are with growing new businesses and such.
So this is a house we closed on about a week ago. Came in, did some demo work. We're waiting on Rick to get our dumpster here so we can get some of this cleaned up. But you can see we opened up all these walls to see what we're dealing with structurally. Usually I'll go to a house, walk through, meet with 1 to 2 contractors if they're available, and then we'll discuss what needs to be done at these houses regarding demo, if we need to reframe anything, if there's anything structural, if we're going to take out a wall and put in a beam, if we're going to put that beam in the ceiling, or if we're going to have it sag down a little bit. A lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, a lot of driving around. I did take up a little bit of a bigger role and add a little more work to myself. With the houses that we have just kind of sitting and waiting, I decided to start doing demo on them myself. So everything was built early 60s, you know, with the 12D nails. And just getting off one piece of trim was a nightmare. There's 20 nails in each piece of trim. So that was something that we had to deal with. But I mean, if you look at this, like this is a piece of trim. It's just that cheap cardboard MDF, and it just pops off real easy. It's really cheap. So we're gonna rip all that out and put in some nice new stuff that's actually of quality. Sometimes we buy houses sight unseen, so we don't know that the roof is leaking. And then, you know, you get in the house and you see water damage in the ceiling, then you get up on the roof and you can feel the entire roof is just really wavy and super soft. So then you know there's a massive problem, there's a big leak. We got to rip off this entire roof. Smaller houses, probably about 10, 12 grand, but bigger houses, you know, sometimes you're upwards of 15, 20,000 just to redo a roof, which could be half of your budget or a third of your budget. So that's one big obstacle with this house is the floor plan is really strange and the house is really small. So we just kind of need to rework all that. And you know, I've brought in a few contractors, they've looked at it to try to kind of give me their input on it and of what would work best. But really just reworking this floor plan so it works best as a 3-bedroom, 2-bath is our goal here.
So the reason we brought on more builders, like I say, was I was only capable of handling so many. So if we've got 5 builder partners like we do now, and each one of them is handling anywhere from 1 to 3 at a time, rather than have, you know, the whole grape, I said, we'd rather take a piece of the watermelon.
We've got it so dialed in as far as, you know, our price per square foot for flooring, our price per square foot for painting. We got a set budget for a kitchen, set budget for a bathroom. It's just a matter of plug and play. This house it definitely needs new windows, so that's been a challenge for people over the last year or two is finding windows that are in stock. If you have to order them, it's been, you know, 3 months for people waiting on windows, and for us, that's kind of our timetable to turn an entire project. It's 90 days. Got a few guys in the mix today, trying to get after it. This is a house we got back in August of last year. We've actually got this under contract, and Cassie's broker is the one who's going to be buying this. So we're supposed to be closing next week, but as you can see, we've still got a good bit of stuff to get done. So we've got all hands on deck trying to get us to the finish line. We've got a lot of new floor joists, we've got a lot of new ductwork, we've got 2 new bathrooms. So this is not just your simple everyday flip, right? We just come in and do, you know, new lights, new paint. This house used to have a wall that kind of came all the way down here and then also came through here. So the living room was useless. So we took all that out. You know, one of the challenges we faced was the guy that started this job. He just ghosted us, just went MIA. So we kind of had to get everybody finish up their other obligations and then try to get everybody over here to kind of piece our crew together to get this one wrapped up.
Finding contractors, finding your construction crew is not hard. It's finding good people who will show up every day and actually do what they're supposed to do.
So on the side of this house, you can see we've done all new center block and stuccoed all that. That was all just open to the elements. We also had to replace a large portion of the siding. It was just all dilapidated and rotten and crooked. You know, these guys work together a lot on our projects. They work hand in hand with one another. They know what the expectation is. And you know, ideally you don't have your painter here working while your carpentry is being done. You know, but with the time crunch that we're in, sometimes you just have to, you know, call in all your resources and make them figure out how to get along.
Well, yeah, I think what we do too, though, is we're saving houses. I mean, it's like going and getting a boob job or a lift, you know, as on somebody getting a facelift. That's what we're doing. We're saving these houses so that they don't have to be torn down, that they can be brought to life, because most of the homes we actually buy have really good bones. They just have been neglected and need, you know, new windows, need some new paint, need some cosmetic stuff brought back to it.
So we picked this one up a few months ago. It's pretty much done. Got to the whole kitchen. There used to be a wall that came out to about here or so. So we ripped that down, opened this all up. There's a tree that's growing right outside of this bedroom. The root system came in, and this part of the basement's on a slab and just jacked up the entire floor. I mean, you could see the slab. We pulled back the carpet, it was doing that. So we had to jack out the whole floor, re-pour it, all new fixtures, switches, outlets, you name it, it's all brand new.
You know, there's something for everybody that I feel more and more people are coming to Charleston. Real soon, I think we'll see, like, we're gonna be like Seattle or California, where people just wanna be here. So when we're able to take these houses that are further in on the coast and bring them back to life, people really take advantage of that, and they love that. And I think that's why we're also able to sell these a lot faster because of that.
When you see the final product on something like this, you know, it's really, you know, you want to add it to your portfolio and add it to your resume as something that was so dilapidated, and really, you know, put it out there and be proud of it.
But what's interesting about staging is you're staging for the house, you're not decorating. And I'll get a lot of calls or texts and people will say, oh, I love your style, will you come decorate for me? And I'm not a decorator, I'm not. I'm staging, I'm there to enhance the house, I'm there to make that small kitchen look bigger. And normally I'll have, I'd say anywhere from 8 to 10 houses of furniture out at a time, or staging between each other.